Good evening, everybody. How are you? It's been a while. It's me, Comic Crack, and it's late here. It's 2 a.m., but I've been in the mood to chat, so I thought I'd chat a little bit about a couple of things I read this week. I haven't read a lot, and looking through the stack, no, I haven't read a lot at all, but I felt like chatting. I felt like talking. Um, how's things going? How are you? Everything's good here. My brother's still in town. He's here until Tuesday. So we've had a lot of family stuff planned and we've been doing a lot of things, which has been great. It's been great to see him for these 5 weeks. It's been kind of amazing. The kids are loving it as well, too, which is fantastic. So I haven't been down here. I did change the light bulbs, though. So I'm on top of that at least. I got a couple of things in the mail I wanted to talk about, and maybe I don't think I read too many new comics. I got a few new comics that I wanted to show you, one specifically, but let's start with this one. Make sure that I don't show any addresses or anything. I got a envelope from a YouTuber who's been a guest on our Sunday show a couple of times. This is from Mr. Donald Rex himself. Huge shout out to Donald Rex. If you're not checking out his channel, it is well worth checking out. He just put up a video. I haven't watched the whole thing yet recently, but he was talking to me in the past about some mini comics that he'd done, and I was saying, like, man, it would be great to see some of that stuff. I'd love to see a collection. So this is a character called the Comic Book Shaman that I guess there was a series of, because there's some website information after in the back that I'll show you. But this was a really nice surprise to get this in the mail. I think it was this week that I got it. I don't remember when I got this, but super cool surprise. Thank you very much, Donald. I love it so much. It's so great to... One of the things I love about doing YouTube and doing this stuff is kind of seeing the creativity of a lot of the people that we end up chatting with, whether it's just in comments or, in Donald's case, face to face, pardon me, in a live stream on Sundays. And just seeing kind of the talent that people bring to their love of comics, whether that's musically, whether that's artistically, actually doing books, or whatever it happens to be. I think it's really amazing to see this kind of stuff. So this is definitely one of those comics that's going to take a major kind of point and a major place in my collection. This is so great. Donald, thank you so much. Please check out his channel, and there's some links to stuff if it'll focus there. It focused there for a second, but it seems to not be the case. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see if that works there. I haven't checked these links myself. I don't know how many of them are still live, but have a look and see some more from his character, the Comic Book Shaman. Comic Book Shaman goes to WonderCon. So really fantastic, and I don't want to share any addresses here, but I'll do this. That kind of works. He also threw on some Peanuts stamps as well, which I'm keeping the envelope. Everything is staying together as one piece for sure. So want to make sure that I keep everything. And there was a nice note from him as well, too. So thank you so much, Donald. Really great. Save that over there. I got some books from a couple of creators. This is Nicole Rodriguez. There you go. 3 books straight from Nicole. I ordered directly from her website. Blank Frames. This was a book that was put out through Reptile House, the Reptile House crew. The original was risograph printed. She didn't have any copies of that left, so she sent me a black and white one. She also sent me a sticker, which is right here, which you probably can't see. Let's see if the camera will go there. There you go. There's the sticker that she sent me there. So it made it onto the filing cabinets as it should. I love getting stickers. Hello, Gary Usher. Good morning. Listening at work. Oh boy. But had to thank you for showing that Donald Rex comment. Very cool. Yeah, no, it's great. It's really, really great stuff. So I was familiar with Nicole Rodriguez through some work. I can't remember where I saw a piece from her. I imagine it was through maybe it was through that, what the heck was that called? That swamp something from so Reptile House says their Reptile House anthology, and then they had the swamp one, which I'm completely blanking on the name. She might have had a piece in there. I don't remember where I saw her stuff, but it was very, very intriguing. So ordered directly from her. I think she's got some YouTube videos as well too. It appears from what I've seen, kind of videos geared more towards kids and creating some comics or art with children in kind of a school environment. So I got Flowing Path. What was this other one called? Blank Frames. And then an earlier one called Simulation. Simulation, I think, was my favorite. I really like her style. And again, because I don't have the language for some of this stuff, it's going to be kind of that David Enos type of vibe, where it's that sort of style. And again, that's not doing anything justice, and that's not being quite fair, but I sort of put those styles in a similar kind of world. This one was kind of a sci-fi kind of story, where the planet has been on the brink of extinction and destruction, and people are sent off in these pods where they're sort of in suspended animation, and eventually, depending on who finds them, they're going to kind of be released from the suspended animation to kind of begin a new life on another world. And our main character that we follow gets picked up by a spaceship and ends up kind of getting her phone back and realizing that some of her friends have found a new home on another planet. So her response is to kind of get back in her pod to be kind of put in the suspended animation again to go and join her friends. This was a very neat premise. It felt a little incomplete. The art in this one wasn't as polished as some of the later stuff. But story-wise, this is the one that appealed to me kind of the most. Hello, Miss So, 2 a.m. here. So good morning, technically. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. here as well. 2:10 to be precise, 2:09. Honestly, one of the things that kind of turned me off of these other ones, as much as I like the art, the story I felt got a little too kind of on the preachy side of things. My limitations of language aren't kind of doing things justice here, but there was just something about these that I didn't really find appealing as far as the subject matter goes. I wasn't offended or anything like that. Nothing as ridiculous as that. It's just that I kind of wish that the stories kind of lived in more of that abstract or sci-fi. I understand about trying to get the message out about things. I totally get that and appreciate that. It just didn't work for me personally. But that said, the art in these I found really amazing, very, very enjoyable. This one, and then I'll show you Blank Frames, which is the one that impressed me the most art-wise. I love this kind of A4 folded in half format for a zine for sure. I think it's a really kind of nice size, and because it's because this Blank Frames was Reptile House, they've used some quality paper. It has that kind of sheen to the covers, like some of the Reptile House anthologies have as well too. So overall, I'm really glad that I dove into Nicole Rodriguez's stuff. I don't know if she's somebody that I would come back to a bunch, but I enjoyed these enough that I wanted to share those. The one that I was most excited about getting was I got some more. Let me make sure I've got the correct ones here. Tartarus. Julia Grofer, I think is how she says you pronounce it. So I've talked about her a couple of times. Can I share this? Let me Sorry, give me one sec here. So I again ordered directly from her. Thuban Press is kind of the website where you can find a bunch of her stuff. Also through Fantagraphics. I am so glad I got turned on to Julia's work. It is incredible. There's kind of there's something I can't quite put my finger on when it comes to her specific style of storytelling. There's something that's going on with her books that I just can't articulate that well, but they're amazing. Every single one is amazing in its own way. And even though they live in their own world, there's something that kind of links all of the stories together again that I just can't quite put my finger on. There's kind of a darkness to them. This is Tartarus, sort of a story about kind of the art scene, and the main characters are all presenting their art pieces, and they're looking to get kind of funding, and then kind of putting those funding proposals into practice. The main story here is about this hole in the ground where it's supposed to be kind of a hole to hell, and they have these volunteers that end up sitting naked at the bottom of these holes, even though they don't come into contact with kind of the spectators of the piece. It's very, very important that they are in that space, that they do kind of occupy that space, for the kind of purity of the art and what it means to kind of be an artist and communicate with your audience. Really, really cool little story here. Always seems to be a pretty good angle that she takes to things. Again, with the other books, once she finds kind of a storytelling regiment for page layout, she really sticks to it for the entire story. That's different from book to book, and I love that. I think that a lot of the appeal for me personally comes from she's not a person who grew up with comics, so she's not looking to reference other comics. She's looking to kind of tell stories, and she's looking to present her art, and she's got a very specific language for it. And I so appreciate that. Um, she's an artist where I just want everything that she's done, and I think I'll probably get there eventually, because at this point I've got, I don't know how many of these kind of smaller zines. Again, this A4 piece of paper folded in half is the size of this one here. So I got this Tartarus. I got, where is it here? So the book Vision that I had taken out from the library that I talked about in one of the previous streams, I guess it was originally released as these, this is in 2019. This is part 1 of the Vision story. So exactly the same as the graphic novel, but just done in this format. Excuse me. So good to see it again, in this smaller size, and kind of put in kind of one little bite-sized chapter, I guess. But nothing that we haven't talked about before. And then she also was selling these 5-packs. You could only get them in 5-packs. This is Thuban Press Guide to Analog Self-Publishing. And it's really great. It's a very kind of basic look at how to make a zine, and how to do it without the use of digital technology. So just using a scanner, just using a printer. So this was very, very cool. Just as kind of a resource, really great. I'd love to do some stuff. I've got some plans to do some stuff. But this was kind of a nice little resource on just kind of things to think about and consider if you're going to self-publish, and kind of puts it in perspective also of how kind of easy it is. And you know, again, it's some of these tools where some things seem like they're sort of out of reach if you don't have the right programs, and you don't have the computer, and you don't have those skills. This is a good reminder of like, hey, listen, people did this kind of shit way before any of that technology existed. Here's just a nice reminder of you can do it too. And I love stuff kind of tying in with that Donald Rex comic at the beginning there. It just kind of, it's a good reminder that this stuff is accessible to everybody. This is stuff that you could do if you've got an idea, if you want to put together a zine of recipes, or poetry or thoughts that you've had throughout the year. A really good reminder of how to do that. And then finally from Julia, hello, Donald Rex. How are you, man? Good morning, I guess. We talked about your mail that you sent me. Make sure that I put up the right side there so we don't share any addresses. Talked about your mail that you sent me, the mini comic you sent me at the beginning of this video. If you want to go back with, let's see if I can inch in some of those Charlie Brown stamps. So great. The final one from Julia. This is 2016. This is Dark Age. Let's show you the... I also love that she does kind of this full page spread for the cover, and the back cover is really nice. This one was pretty good as well. She sort of breaks away from her very regimented panel layouts just for a little bit, though, when they kind of discover this page, when they discover this tunnel within this kind of cave system filled with these rocks. Or crystals, I guess, as they're exploring this cave. And then she does also what I love. One of the characters gets caught in this kind of crawl way. And the other one says, well, I'm going to go. I can't pull you out of there, so I'm going to go and get you some help. Are you going to be okay hanging out here until I come back? So we get a couple of black panels there. And then we turn the page and we get a couple of pages of black panels. And then we turn the page and we get a couple of pages of black panels. And then we turn the page and we get another page of black panels before we finally come back to our character. I like it. Yes, it could be seen as kind of like a cop-out, but I really like that. Again, because timing is so... Hello, Larasa, how are you? Because timing is so important with her storytelling, and this pacing is so important with her storytelling, this really helps accentuate this moment for one of our characters in a really beautiful way, because you're really locked into this grid system. You're really locked into this kind of reading that it plays a lot better than it would in some other books where it very much might seem like a gimmick or something like that. It doesn't, for me reading it, it doesn't play like that whatsoever. It feels like you're in the story. It feels like you are that character. It feels like you're trapped within that cave or kind of crawlway with this person. So really, really well done. I can't recommend her stuff enough. I found some books here at my library, so if you haven't read any of Julia's work, I would recommend kind of looking for some of that Fantagraphics stuff. What else? We've talked about in the past, Too Dark to See. We've talked about Palm Ash as well, too. So I've got a nice stack of her stuff at this point, and I think that she's somebody I'm going to eventually just get everything that she's done. Thank you very much. Bye, everybody. Back to work. Make enough money to buy all these Julie Grofer comics. Yeah, absolutely. Nice to see you, Gary. Thanks for stopping by. Hello, Larasa. Good morning. I picked up the newest. This is issue number 3 of Animal Castle. This is volume 2. Grofer. This is Animal Castle Volume 2, issue number 3. I'm still going to reserve talking about this until I've read the entire second volume. It is one that I read almost immediately. I'm still very excited about this book. It's nice to see Eisner Award winning for whatever that means this day and age. But it's picking up a little bit with this issue, but we'll talk about it more once this entire volume is done. And I will I'll probably end up reading volume 1. I'll probably end up reading the whole goddamn thing again, just to kind of get a better sense of it. I'm still not convinced about this volume. I think so far volume 1 has been much stronger than this volume, but like I said, I do want to give it the full attention that it deserves, because there is a lot of stuff going on in here. But it's sort of, yeah, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to actually stop myself, and we will wait and we'll see. And no, I haven't, because I didn't make it to the shop this week. So number 7 is out. Hey, the final issue. I'm going to have to maybe make a trip. We're going down to the Galaxy Comics end of the city tomorrow. So maybe I'll go a little earlier and kind of stop by Galaxy, because that's on my pull list at that shop, and I'll grab it. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a long time coming. There was quite a delay on it from what I'm remembering. Where can I put this? Let's put it right there. I picked up Weird Work issue number 1. I don't know if it's a one-shot, if it's continuing. I haven't read it yet. This is Shaky Kane, Jordan Thomas doing the writing. I love Shaky Kane stuff, but like I said, I haven't dug into this yet. Very curious about it. I just haven't been doing a lot of reading. So yeah, we'll definitely do a chat. I won't be able to tomorrow, but next weekend, Rasa, my brother leaves on Tuesday this coming week. So I'll sort of be back in a little more of a regular schedule, so we can do our hangout on Sunday. You've Been Canceled issue number 2. Wasn't completely blown away by the first issue, but this is on my pull list now. I think it's a mini series, probably 4 or 6 issues. So I figured I'd give it a shot and see where it goes. I'm not super keen on diving right into this right away. The first issue started off strong, but kind of halfway through, it got kind of minorly disappointing. But again, who knows? That's only 1 issue, so I'm willing. I was interested enough to give it a shot to kind of continue. Sunday here already. Yeah, well, it's Sunday here as well too. It's true. I did get Batman The Adventure Continues Season 3 issue number 6. That's a goddamn mouthful. We got Ra's al Ghul in the background there, and we have Batman in the foreground. Again, haven't read it yet. I love, I think Rasa and I have talked about this already, but I love the paper that they use for this Batman stuff that I'm picking up. I'm not sure if they're using this stuff for all of the DC books these days, but I do like it, and it's very sharp, kind of animated style art in this one. Oh, you got Usagi TMNT issue number 2. Oh, that's freaking amazing. That's very, very cool. I should dig for that when I'm at the shop tomorrow. I'm absolutely gonna have to go to the shop tomorrow to check for that stuff. Xeno number 2. I haven't even read all of Xeno number 1. This is the can't believe I'm blanking on his name for the cover. Let's see if there's credits inside. This is a beefy book, first of all. Matt Lesniewski is who does the cover on this one. I really like his art. I think Damien has talked to him on his channel, or Damien has met him in the past. He's done some really, really great looking stuff, but his covers are pretty incredible. The first issue of this one also had Shaky Kane doing a story. Honestly, I haven't really even flipped through this. I kind of picked up some books when I was at 204 Comics, and they just kind of ended up sitting in a stack together with a bunch of other stuff. A local shout out, A Sweet Song by Silent T. This is a local artist. I follow them on Instagram. This is Anniversary Special is what it is. They've got a few comics out right now, and all of them are incredibly appealing. But this one looks absolutely stellar. I love the art style, and I think I talked about it the first time we looked at some Silent T stuff. There's a real Bill Sienkiewicz kind of style to Silent T's art, especially in the way that they kind of mix mediums and mix art styles within one book. Again, have not read this one yet. I did a flip through of it, and I love the way this looks. I'm really, really taken with this. Boobies, boners, and all. Where do we got here? Here we go. There you go. There's a good still for the video. So there you go. So Silent T, really, really cool local artist. Only has a few things out, but I'm on board because this stuff is just bonkers. Looks incredible, incredible stuff. So I'm looking forward to checking that one out. They had some cheap back issues as well too. I had a quick look. This is the Endless, a Sandman Universe one shot from Vertigo back in probably 90s, right? 1995 possibly. So this is filled with pinups is all that this is. I didn't realize that when I bought it. I saw that it was 50 cents, and there's your list of or sorry, $1. This was in a dollar bin. There's a list of artists that are included in this. There was a couple of surprises in here for me. Terry Moore being one of them. Bill Sienkiewicz is in here. Jill Thompson is in here. What was the big surprise for me? Let me look down the names. Howard Chaykin, Sherry Flanagan was one of the big surprises for me. Michael T. Gilbert, Rebecca Guay, Peter Cooper, Paul Lee, Ted McKeever, my man, Linda Medlix, George Pratt, etc., etc., etc. Jill Thompson as well. So really, really nice. Always willing to pick stuff like this up, even if it is just kind of filled with pinups. I somehow missed, I thought I put Hitomi on my pull list, but I've somehow missed issue number 4. He had issue number 5 in the bins, where at 204 Comics, when they have the new comics out, the next month they end up putting the previous issue in their bins and they knock $1 off of it. So somehow I've missed issue number 4. I was sure that I had this on a pull list, so I haven't read this one, and I probably won't. I was kind of digging this series. I thought it was pretty impressive. Again, it's only 5 issues, so this is the final one, but I do want to get that missing issue before I kind of sit and read this one. Art style is beautiful. Credits to, let's give the credits proper here. Created and written by H.S. Tack, art by Isabella Mazzanti, layouts by Nicoletta B., colors by Valentina Napolitano, letters by Rob Jones. There's your list of credits there. Daryl D., how you doing, man? Yes, Donald Rex, that Silent T stuff is incredible looking for sure. So anyway, so I'm looking forward to this one. And then finally, since Rasa is here too, amazed to find this. I never thought I would actually find it. I have book number 1, but this is book number 2 of the Miss Tree collection. This is Cold Dish. I've got all these single issues, but this was, I think, $2. I can't believe I've actually found this. I never thought I would actually see it. I don't have, do I have number 1 on the shelf here close by? I'm not seeing it. Like I said, I've got all these in single issues, but it's great to have these early kind of graphic novels from, was this Renegade at this time? Yeah, Renegade Press at this time here. It's well worn. It's tanned. It's all sorts of things. Is it still? Yeah, it's still together. It looks like there's maybe some potential water damage in here, just minorly though. But super cool to have. I love Mystery. She's one of my favorites. Those comics they hold a very high place in my collection. And yes, she absolutely does look great. She's a badass character. There's no doubt about it. I love Mystery stuff. So this was a very, very nice surprise. He has a couple of graphic novels in that cheap section. It's normally not stuff that interests me whatsoever. It's kind of Marvel, DC kind of trash or whatever. But this was, I kind of took a second look, surprised to see this. So this is the Cold Dish, and it looks like 5 issues. So 8, 7, 6, 5. So number 4 to number 8, and there's the covers on the back there. plus The Little Woman, a new mystery short story by Max Allan Collins and illustrated by Terry Beattie, which is also a nice surprise. So I'll show you. It's mostly a text piece, but there's some kind of spot illustrations in there as well too. So that'll be nice to read. Just a few pages of that, but beautiful, beautiful stuff. Really, really great to find that. What else do I got? That's it, I think. Yeah, I haven't read anything else. It's been very, very minimal reading. Support small press, support indie comics, support Julia Grofer. She's fantastic. Definitely going to make a list at the end of the year as I kind of continue. I haven't actually added any titles to my book recently, but I've still got the book going. She will absolutely be in a year-end list because it's been one of the so far most exciting discoveries for myself this year, even though she's probably got a fan base far and wide. I'm just late to the game. But that's it. So no chat this Sunday or later today. But Rasa, let's shoot for next Sunday, and we'll be back to do a Sunday chat as usual. Hope everybody has a good week. Hope your summer's going well. We'll talk to you later.